Good, good. So, just a show of hands, how many of you folks were out to see us in November when we played at the Aretha Jazz Cafe? Wow, thank you very much for coming back. I'm not sure why you guys came. No, thank you. We appreciate that. Cass, that should give us a lot of confidence here. Okay. Hey, let me tell you just a little bit about the play, just a very little bit. 60% of it was written by my better half, Linda West here. So it's much more thoughtful, and it doesn't have all the vulgarities, even though we do still have some for you guys here. And why did we write it, first of all? Well, we wanted to do a couple of things. Number one, we wanted to try to capture some of the essence of Joe Biden. Okay, so we wanted to look at his progressive ideas. We wanted to look at his humanity. And of course, we wanted to look at some of his gaps. Secondly, we wanted to make a few comments about some of the extremism we see in some of our politics today. So we're going to take a lot of swings at the right wing, of course, justifiably so. But a few uppercuts for the left wing too, for some of those who are throwing softballs up for the right wing to hit out of the ballpark. So we're going to do that too. And last but not least, we wanted to try to see if we can make you laugh and to have some humor. So without further ado, the play, of course, is called The Heedless Blues 2. And here we go.
Welcome, good neighbors of the U.S. of A. We are the Greek chorus, your guides through the play.
Here's a glimpse of how we got here and where we could be tomorrow.
Now let us all join Joe in its fear and its sorrow.
Oh, it's 2024. Who is that? It's President Pence. He's making a speech. He wants to replace the national holiday for Martin Luther King Jr. with a holiday for you know who. No. I see red hats everywhere. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. I made America great again.
Hold on, turn it up. Let's wait till that plane goes by.
Okay.
That's right here. Give it a go.
No! This plane is done. We can proceed.
That's as good as it gets.
Go ahead.
Okay, where was I made America great again in only 8 short years. Let me be honest, about time I get a national holiday. No one deserves one more than me. Not a lot of people know this, but a lot of Americans would like to see my mug on a Rushmore. I should be there with the greatest. Lincoln, Washington, put me next to Reagan. It's up there, right? There was a poll saying I was the most popular Republican president ever. More popular than Lincoln. Like the Senator Orrin Hatchet stated, Trump may become one of the most greatest presidents ever. I just want my due.
Oh, it was a nightmare. Oh, it's Trump's hospital gown. Look at that hole. Oh my God. I don't know. That was a nightmare. I feel so demoralized. Just point me in the direction of the Belle Isle Bridge. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Some on my side are calling me a sellout, too moderate. Some are saying I'm a Trojan horse for the radical socialists.
Hey there, Joey. Remember me? I'm Angel Clarence from your favorite film. It's a Wonderful Life. Back in the 40s, I saved George Bailey.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, but that was only a movie, and George didn't have Trump breathing down his neck.
Look, you need help. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay, what you got?
Let me take you to the Stay Pure Tavern. I want you to see how you get to the edge of this little dip in Hipster Beach. But more importantly, I want you to want to see what it means if you decide to jump.
Look, here's the deal. Not so fast, partner. I've been through a lot. Like the other day when I went to a Black Lives Matter protest, okay? Overall, peaceful, well organized. I was getting ready to say the name, Jamel Roberson, a security guard from Robbins, Illinois, who was coming to the aid of 4 wounded victims. Subdued, pinned the gunman to the ground. Well, you know, he was shot and killed by police arriving on the scene. Yeah, being black while trying to save a life. So before I could shout his name, I see some of the crowd was starting to throw rocks and firecrackers. I walked over to this big fella and I said, "Put the rock down." These are store owners and Detroit cops. They're not our enemies. You don't want to cloud and defame the memory of Jamel or George Floyd. And George Floyd, hell, even a good number of the right wing saw him as his murder as horrendous. Anyway, the big fellow calls me an MF moderate, okay? Like my daddy would say, "Joey, you gotta check a bully," okay? So I said to him, "Hey man, you know what? After I kick your ass, you can decide what label you want to put on me. Put the rock down." Damn, Clarence, come on. There are 100 different policies I would change from the Trump nightmare. Each one of them's progressive.
You might have to spell it out to the wokes.
Hell, the wokes got their underwear in a little bunch. Could they let me win the election first before they set up the barricades? It's not even what we can do, but whether we'll even have a chance to do it. With most of these issues, I'm for change. I want to fight COVID, listen to Dr. Fauci, or raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, or real immigration reform. Protecting the environment, I'm for it. The Iran nuclear deal, getting the Department of Justice to back investigating racist police practices and serious police reform. Am I boring you yet, Clarence? Because I got lots more. Change is the definition of progressivism. That's what Paul Simon sang in his song, "I got 50 ways to leave this Trump nightmare."
So what did the big fella do?
He put the rock down. That's what he did. You don't let the crazies hijack your demonstration. Any good union organizer will tell you that. Look, say the name. Say the name Jamel Roberson.
Jamel
Roberson.
Say the name Jamel Roberson. Sure wish I had Kamala and Barack with me when we could have truly made it a peaceful rally. You know how Teddy Roosevelt said, "Walk softly, carry a big stick"? Well, my buddy Barack, he's got a big stick.
Joe. I don't think you want to say he has a big stick. You gotta watch the gap.
Oh, yeah, thanks. It looks like you could use a little shoulder rub, man. Those wings are supposedly probably called. Oh. I'm not supposed to do that anymore either?
Good.
Oh, those wings are a pain in the ass, but let's get this rally started by singing Let My People Come.
Joe, Let My People Come was a triple X play from Toronto. I think you mean Let My People Go.
Oh, yeah. Well, Let My People Come had a pretty good run, too. Anyway, some people are saying I'm just too old. You know the joke that's going around? Jill asks me to go upstairs and make love to her. I tell her, honey, you gotta pick one or the other. I can't do both. So unfair. I can't do the one-arm push-ups anymore, but you want to see me drop down and do 20 quick ones right here?
Not necessary, Joe. No, but I'm sure you were a beast when you were doing those one-arm push-ups.
Look, here's the deal. I expected all of this attacks from the right. Representative Matt Gaetz from Florida saying the Democrats want to disarm you and empty the prisons and lock you in your home and invite MS-13 to live right next door to you. Republicans are always dishonest. They're fearmongers. They always are. That's their MO. Too bad. It could have been good for the country to see a robust, honest discussion for our visions for the future. Well, the left and the right have made me feel like a tennis ball, or more accurately at my age, a pickleball. Hey, look at the river. I didn't know the current was that fast.
Joe, I know the strain you're under, Joe, but let's talk at the Stay Pure Tavern. It might be helpful and hopeful. I want to show you how some things have changed, and it's not time to give up hope. Look, it won't be the last election. It won't be like the last election in 2016. That's when some of the left ignored our binary system and put purity ahead of the good and couldn't find it in their hearts to vote for a flawed Hillary. Yeah, they helped bring about this Trump nightmare. They have never had to answer for their misjudgments because you can get away with being heedless. Well, reality has caught up with many of them, and pretty much everyone acknowledges their tragic mistake. Put working people, minorities, and the environment at the whims of the reactionaries.
Come on. I know all that. That part of the left has struck out twice with their purity in the year 2000 and again in 2016. Some don't care if they go down swinging in 2020 because I'm not inspiring to them. They don't have the passion for my candidacy. They're not working like hell to get me elected. Come on, squad, give me a little love.
True, Joe.
It's not good enough
Joe.
to tell your constituencies not to vote for Trump. They've got 7 candidates on the ballot in Michigan for president. The squad doesn't even use my name or Kamala's.
Conveniently, your last name starts with B, so you're top of the list. True, Joe, but at least this time they won't have the same megaphone to openly tell people not to vote for the Democratic ticket or not to vote at all. Third parties are polling to only 1% today compared to 5% in 2016. We will probably get some of their votes. We got to take what we can get. So if you're looking to get them on Team Joe and Kamala, it's going to be a hard sell.
Yeah, third partiers, they gotta feel superior without taking any responsibility for 2016. The Greens said that a vote for Hillary was like being gunned down, death by strangulation. Now the Green candidate, Howie Hawkins, though, says he's not gonna shame people if they want to vote for Biden. Some progress. What a knucklehead, though. It even shows that their heedlessness got a dose of reality. You know, they've never had to make difficult decisions or get into the nitty-gritty of actually governing.
We're both on the same page on that. Now, those on the right are crazed as ever with a dash of little Ricky Ricardo when he'd say to Lucy, you know that thing he'd say. But Joe, this craziness of Lysol injections, no mask, and Liberate Michigan has affected some of them even who are the most vulnerable to the virus. Even some of them are beginning to break ranks with the Republican base. Yeah, that's a good sign.
If you say so, Clarence. You know I'm fighting this condition called TMB, right? Too many birthdays. But I'm getting a second wind. If all the people, even the millennials, could just get behind me, I mean, that's why I got this goatee now. Come on, millennials. Trump's going to be a thing of the past.
Like I said, Joe, These are small positive signs, but I want to let you in on a continuing problem that with both extremes. I'm an angel and you're with me. We can see and hear them, but they can't see us. Joe, think of it as your superpower. Now let's go. By the way, the last time I was in Detroit, I was helping out one of the Lions quarterbacks. I think his name was Milt Plum. To get Milt to relax, we went over to Canada to the Elmwood Casino. I'll never forget it. The Miracles were in hot pants, and we had a great walleye dinner.
Come on, man. Angel, Clarence, you must be off your game because that fish dinner you had wasn't called walleye in Canada. It's called pickerel. Come on. Are you sure it wasn't the Supremes, too, not the Miracles, what you saw in hot pants? Maybe that's why your counseling of Plum turned into yet another pathetic year for the Lions.
You got me on the pickerel, Joe, but I can't get the image of out of my mind of the Miracles in hot pants.
Ooh. Well, I second that emotion, Angel Clarence. I'm a big Motown fan. Let me show you how I used to do the Temptation Walk.
I'm gonna let you go for a while. Oh, you got it. You still got it, Joe. You still got it. It must be some of that Scranton, PA soul.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a long time ago, and time's a wasting. So let's go down to the Stay Pure Cafe before the crowd leaves.
Well, here we are at our favorite place.
The Stay Pure Tavern is where we hang out. We party, we dance, we drink, and shout.
It's also the home of the left and right wings. So let's go now, girls, and do our favorite thing.
Defund the police and bring on the revolution. These young ones are more radical than me, Ralph, demanding the abolishment of the police and prisons. I heard anything the protesters damage or steal is owed to them. Hey, they need to be heard.
You didn't even want me around. And now
I gotta dance. I gotta dance to this music, Ralph. You know they told me I look like Elaine on Seinfeld when I dance. See how I can shake my tail feather? Or like the contours say, I can really shake them down. I'm in the groove. I can move. Watch me now. I can mash potato. I can twist. I can do the jerk. Whew. I may look good, but I'm not getting any younger.
The Jerk? Is there a dance called The Jerk? Must be named after Trump. You know, I got two left feet, but I'd kind of like to do the wobble or the Cupid shuffle. We showed them in 2016. The Greens got 1.5 million votes. And the Libertarian, Gary, you know, outspoke to that. They got 4.5 million votes. And now, in 2020, I'm hoping so good. My hopes for 2020 are higher than a giraffe's ass.
You know the Greens, they didn't take the advice of Noam Chomsky not to run in the 7 battleground states. Howie Hawkins said, recognizing the danger of Trump does not mean electing any damned Democrat should trump all considerations. All I can say is right on, Howie.
And let me add something to that. Regrets, I have a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
You Greens are the best. You know, I'm glad Trump won in 2016, and if he wins again, it's great. Brings the revolution that much quicker. You know, I've been saying it, we are screwed by the political establishment, Republicans and Democrats. Ralph, that reminds me of a story. A friend of mine, he was walking by the convent. The sign said, Sisters of the Poor, Sisters of Perpetual Motion, and House of Prostitution. Shocked, he went to Mother Superior, who said, we need money. And he said, well, I want to help, and he's weak. So he handed over the Benjamin, walked in one door, walked in the next door, and he was out in a vacant lot. When he complained, Mother Superior said, what's the big deal? I told you you'd get screwed.
Well, what do we have here? It's supposedly news. It's Tucker, it's Hannity coming at you on Fox.
Remember, friends, and don't be in shock.
People believe what they see on that box.
Turn up the volume, Clarence. I can't hear it.
Let me tell you what they're saying. Hannity is bragging about how Trump has it in the bags because of the left. And he's saying that, and I quote, the left has given us so many softballs to hit out of the park, like abolish the police, looting is just a form of reparations, burning buildings. It's hard to know which one to hit out of the park first. And Tucker is answering, I quote again, yeah, and by the way, that kid Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha sure hit it out of the park as President Trump said he was defending himself against rioters.
Oh,
He decided to maintain order when no one else would.
why that little Tucker.
It's
Tucker, I never could put my foot through that TV screen.
Hold on, Joe. They can't hear you. So save your knockout punch for Trump at the next, in a couple of weeks. I may have to make an intervention because Hannity looks about red as a beet.
Oh, don't worry about that, Clarence. It's probably that male enhancer. He needs it because of his buddy Alex Jones's advice, and use that super blue toothpaste, of course. It's going to kill COVID-19 at point blank range, baby.
You're right, Joe. Or he could be following Trump's advice to take a hit of Lysol, rubbing oil, you know.
Yeah.
Joe,
Ultraviolet light.
you won't believe this, but then Hannity said, you know, I did run out of toilet paper during the China virus, so I had to use old newspapers. Times are tough. Remember, Joe, there were at least 100 recent actions and words, not to mention over 20,000 lies by Trump that will make you want to holler and throw up both your hands.
And here are just 7 of them. COVID is just a hoax.
The suburbs will no longer exist.
The virus will no longer exist after April 2020.
Repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Forcing a Supreme Court nomination during an election.
The death rate isn't bad if you don't count blue states.
It is what it is.
Wait, keep going. I want to hear the other 93.
Joe, again, they can't hear you, so just chill out.
The Stay Pure Tavern also welcomes the right.
It's Don Jr. and Ivanka to darken the night.
plot and they plan for themselves and their dad.
To get rid of them all
would make us so glad.
The Stay Pure Tavern, good old Rust Belt, Michigan. Sounds like my kind of place. Come on, Ivanka, let's have a drink. These are probably our kind of people, you know? Hunters, evangelicals, with a name like Stay Pure.
I don't know. We might have to shake hands with some of them. But yeah, it's the last night of the campaign. Let's get a drink and go over our final checklist.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Okay.
I don't think they're all ours.
You don't think? Let's get back to work.
All
Okay.
right.
All right, never mind. Let's go over the list. Okay, number 1. Remove 20 drop boxes for mail-in ballots from around Detroit.
Check. Democrat-infested city.
All right. Number 2. Got all those felons from Florida off the rolls so they couldn't vote. And don't worry about that stupid First Step Prison Reform Act. We got credit for that from Kanye and Kim.
Check. Good. All right, keep going.
Okay, all right. Just a second. Number 3. Stopped mail-in voting in Texas, Georgia, and Nevada.
Yeah, loving it. Check.
Okay. All right. We're almost through this. Number 4, and the best of all. Got our old buddies from Russia to get on Facebook again and influence the election.
Yeah, great. Just like last time.
All right. Now, with all that, this should work again. We just gotta hope that this time, like in 2016, the really angry wokes will still stay home or vote for Kanye or the Greens. Do you believe it, brother? They give us so much to work with.
Yeah, all summer long we managed, or should I say I managed, along with Dad, to scare the crap out of suburbanites. All we had to do was show them footage of looting and burning in Portland and Kenosha. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
One last thing. I can hear Dad now. Somewhere.
Is he here? Is he here, Dad?
I can hear.
Is he here?
Off in the distance.
I see him. I see him coming.
Dad!
Son, I'm proud of you. All right. Proud boy, stand back. Stand by because the Democrats are cheating and they're rigging the election with the mail ballots. That's why I won't accept the vote. Remember, I have the tough people on my side. The military, the police, and the bikers. End of story.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the end of the story for 2020. Daddy's so brave in the fight against the haters of America. Now, Don, looking into the future, I hope you work that hard for me when I run in 2024. It felt really good to stand up there at the convention and practically announce my candidacy.
No, you don't. You're going to be stumping for me in 2024. Fox loves me, the right wing loves me, and most of all, Dad loves me.
Oh,
He does.
That's a little crazy.
He does.
He loves me more, and everybody knows it. I wasn't sent away to Grandma and Grandpa's house as a teenager.
Yeah? Well, I wasn't sent to boarding school as a teenager, and let's face it, Dad said he'd date you if he wasn't your kid.
Not true. He loves me more.
He loves me more.
Me more.
Me more.
Me
Me
more.
more.
Me more.
Me more.
Me more.
Me more.
Oh, man. Oh, I thought my family was complicated. That's like something out of The Sopranos.
You can't make this stuff up. You have to go to the depths of hell to find people acting like this. Unbelievable. And they're hijacking the election.
Oh, did you see that? Angel Clarence, where's the good news? Come on! Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? This makes me feel like I'm gonna... And I wind up leaving my cojones dangling from the rearview mirror like a pair of fuzzy dice. If this is all you got, man, then you better call Prevention Suicide or give me a boost up this railing. I thought we were a team.
What do you mean we, Kimasabi? Just pulling your leg, Joe. We are a team. Let's see this through. Joe, I know it makes you want to holler, throw up both your hands. I know why you want to give up. But let's take a look into the future and see what happens if you do give up. You ready? I'm ready. Stay Pure Cafe, Wednesday, November 4th, 2020.
Me more. Me
Me
more.
more.
Me more.
No, me
Me more. Me more.
Well, I just heard Daddy believes he deserves to get a third term
Yeah.
because of all the witch trials he's had to go through and endure.
And you know what? We're cool with that. We can wait until 2028. This is our country.
Me more.
Me more.
Me more.
Me more.
After his pardon, Kyle Rittenhouse becomes the youngest head of Homeland Security.
Hillary Clinton receives a 10-year prison sentence for unprotected emails.
William Barr nominated to an opening on the Supreme Court.
COVID-19 death toll in the U.S. at 1 million.
Fines for mask wearing mandatory throughout the nation.
Construction set for the addition of Trump on Mount Rushmore.
Obama charged with spying on the Trump campaign.
Obamacare ruled unconstitutional.
Federal troops stationed in all blue cities.
Don Jr. becomes Secretary of the Interior.
Arctic Wildlife Refuge and Keystone Pipeline open for business.
The wall is completely funded with funds from Social Security.
Military budget exceeds $1 trillion.
Teachers everywhere required to take weapons training.
Roger Stone receives the Medal of Freedom.
Payroll tax ends. Social Security and Medicare's viability ends in 2028.
Congressional investigation of collusion between Democrats and the Chinese government to spread the Wuhan virus for the purpose of taking down Trump.
Absentee and mail-in ballots become illegal.
Term limits for presidents end.
Jeez. They're right. Let's get out of here. You're right, Clarence. Look, here's the deal. I was having a really bad day. I just can't stand listening to everyone talking about my age when Trump's just 3 years younger than me. In worse shape, he can't even speak in a normal sentence. And they talk about me babbling on. Man, what a mess this country is in. Oh my God, we keep getting pounded from the right, that's for sure, but the left too? We're never gonna get to be where we should be. I don't know. I just don't know, Clarence.
Joe, wait. I think I know how I can help you. You're not alone, buddy. Just hang on.
All right, I think I got this. I know I could do this. I mean, I do solemnly swear. I do solemnly swear to take the oath of office to become. I know I can do it.
Hey, buddy. What's up? Clarence just told me you had getting cold feet.
You already know Clarence? I should have figured. Clarence knows everybody. How was that vacation on Bruce Springsteen's yacht, by the way? I know you're my brother from another mother, but man, you are so cool. I don't know, man. What a mess this country is in now. People, they just seem to despise each other so much.
Yeah, it is. Did you read Bob Woodward's book yet? Trump called me an a-hole. I'd love for you and me to take him out back with Bob and beat the ever-loving crapper.
Nah, you're sounding like me, brother.
I know. And we can't, I know we can't. But you want to know something?
Yeah.
I met Clarence back in 2008. I met him after the bank started collapsing like dominoes and the whole economy was on the brink. And remember, that was about the same time that crazy Sarah Palin was rounding up her posse, the Tea Party, and coming after me. Clarence is a stand-up guy. He helped me too.
They left us with an awful mess, man, in 2009, didn't they? Hey, you even got it from both sides. I could never understand why the left attacked you.
Well, Joe, real governing takes guts, and yes, some compromise. Purists and extremists never want to hear that. You know what? The most important thing is that if you get elected, Joe. Everyone who wants this 5-alarm dumpster fire with the orange hair stopped needs to get out and vote. We need every friend, every cousin, every neighbor, hell, every stranger that you see on the street. Just pull them into the voting booth and do it with some energy. Vote, man. That's what it's all about. It's a tough time, but we sure had them before. We need hope. We need change. Even more than we needed it when we ran in 2008. And you've got the stuff, Joe. You can pull us out of this mess. Sure, you're not as smooth as me. You're not as handsome. You're not as intellectual.
Wait, hey,
you don't
wait a
have
minute.
wife
Wait a minute, buddy.
Whoa. Just playing with you, buddy. You've got this, Joe. Now go and do it.
Thanks, Barack. Thank you, man. You and Michelle are going to have a seat in the first row with Jill and my family on January the 20th, 2021. Now let's go kick some ass.
So now you have seen what has been and might be.
We need to be hopeful and thoughtful and know purity.
We can't go to Canada. They won't let us stay.
So unite now and vote,
because we need a new day.
Jerry Salsinski playing Ralph Nader. And what a gift that voice, with that voice.
A lot better singer than Ralph Nader.
Maureen Ogasinski played Susan Sarandon. And as our neighbor Kathy Baldwin would say, with a swing like that. I'm sorry. I wish I had a swing like that on my back porch. Victor House playing Donald Trump. Victor was miscast. He was much better looking, of course, and he's a whole lot saner.
Make America great again.
Give yourself some space. And Matt Van Meter played Don Jr. Our director, and also a noted author. His Deep Delta Justice book is on sale right over here. Deborah Friegel. She's thinking of changing careers from an executive and to be a star on stage. Linda West, Greek chorus. Co-playwright, and with moves like that, we will shout for more. A lot of moves. Gail Gates, Greek chorus. The hot girls are back in town. Mary Murphy, Greek chorus. Sign up for Mary's mashed potato lesson. And Rico Bruce Wade. You're wondering how we got this guy with all this talent. And last but He's the headliner, he's got top billing, but one warning, he will charge you for autographs. Everybody ready? All righty. Everybody ready?
Hey, Jim.
Jerry. We got a few minutes, guys. If anybody has a comment, maybe you didn't like the politics, maybe you did. And anything you might just want to say, Jim, feel free.
Mention the tip jar.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a tip bucket here for the band. If you feel generous, please. Any questions at all?
Did you vote?
Here's a question.
No, it's not a question. Can you do another one like this after the election?
Yeah.
How come Obama wasn't in a tan suit?
Far and wide for a tan suit. Yes. Should there be one after this? Just a reminder.
Right.
November 3rd is just the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to put out the dumpster fire, I hope, but there's a lot we have to fix afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot to be done.
All right.
Well, we want to thank everybody for coming. Appreciate it. And thank you.
Thank you.
Good.